Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is a gem. Like a gem. I uncovered her. Um, she is originally from, I'm going to say this wrong, Moldavian. Um, and she also lives in LA. She is a singer songwriter, pop artist, and her name is Anewta C. Hi, Anewta.
Hello there. Hello, Ellie. Nice to hear you.
You too. How are you?
I'm great.
Now,
Right now, I'm in Moldova and I'm visiting my siblings, so it's awesome.
oh, nice. So that's is that in Russia or near Russia or?
It's a Republic of Moldova. It's a little independent country.
Oh,
It's near Ukraine,
oh,
between Romania and Ukraine. Yes.
okay. I have relatives that came from there. So yeah, I know where you are now.
Hi.
All right. Okay, so basically, your music is unbelievable. I was so happy I found you on Twitter. You have no idea. Um, and I am so glad you came on my show. So basically, I want you to tell me like your journey, right from like I know you started getting interested in singing when you were 6. So just tell us your journey.
Well, first of all, I'm very grateful myself to find you on Twitter. I really like your what you're doing, really. And well, my story started like yes, at 6. I asked my mother to bring me to music school because I don't know why I don't remember very well, but my mother said I wanted to do it myself. Like I asked her, and I started to study piano there. And well, I think almost those years I kind of felt like I want something like there's something inside me. And after a year, I think I started to bother my parents because I want to sing, please, I want to sing. And I was just asking them to listen to what I do. Like I was singing some songs of that time, like popular songs, Russian songs, and they were listening to me. I know I wasn't best those years. I was very little, but they were acting well and very patient with me. Then my passion was growing, and once I think I was 15. Yes, it's I was 15 years old. We had a concert in my school uh, on Mother's Day, and I was singing a song about mothers. And my mom was there, and she heard me, and she was impressed very much. So she organized some lessons for me, something serious, and that's how it all started. Started like seriously for me, because
Wow.
after that, yes, after that, I went to capital of my country to study music, and I had to continue with piano also, and I was studying operatic singing, like opera singing.
Mm-hmm. Now you also went to the conservatory to study opera.
Yes, yes. That's because I was studying piano and opera singing, and I was uh, opera singing was the most important thing for me those times, and I didn't want to study piano anymore, like so serious. And I didn't finish the college, and I went to conservatory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the first year of college, you won first place at the Republican contest between colleges, and you performed at the main halls of the capital and your city, and you finished as the best singer. But then what happened?
Well, life happens. When you grow up, you see how everything works, and something you accept, something you don't accept. And I think inside of me, I didn't accept this part of this side of all, theater life and all those games of power and stuff. And I just I tried. to enter the theater,
Mm-hmm.
but I did I did some auditions and stuff, and okay, it doesn't happen. Didn't happen well for me,
Mm-hmm.
but all these things I think was very important for me. All this kind of suffering also because I really love opera. Um, all this made me express all these things through my own songs because I was writing poetry when I was teenager, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
But I never thought I would write a song. It's not so simple. And but that year after I finished conservatory, all these things started to happen to me like I don't know, like breathing, like all this started to come out of me.
Well, that's
And
good. That's what you want to happen. And yeah, you sound like you're very humble, so I can imagine why, egos and power trips and all that stuff, you wouldn't fit in with that. Just from talking to you, I can sound I can see that you're very see. Oh, see, here we go. I can hear that you're very humble. I can't see you really. But anyways, so I understand where you're coming from there. And then you started, like, you went back to practice pop and started uploading videos to YouTube.
right.
And then you started writing songs. And now you collaborated with an Italian composer, right?
Yes, right.
And he pushed you to develop your songwriting skills like further?
Yes, because the thing was, as I was uploading these videos, it made some little waves around people I know also, and somebody started to help me in some ways, like try to contact this person or that person and try to do something maybe. And one of my friends told me try to contact this composer, maybe he would write a song for you, he would do something. I mean, you start to do something and it gets you to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, I contacted him, and he actually listened to all my videos, watched them, and he said, "Okay, at this point, if I don't do a project with you, I wouldn't do that and with anybody anymore." Let's say, because he had his history with singers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried. He had some melodies for songs, arrangements for piano for starters, and then I wrote lyrics on that melodies,
Ah,
and that's how it all started. More like, mm, yeah, more
getting
like seriously, yeah.
yeah, more seriously and getting recognized more like all over the world, not just in
Yes,
Moldavia. Yeah.
because you write a song, maybe it's not full or perfect or well developed like a real good song, but you do something. And in for start it's not like not arranged. You do not have a piece of mp3 yet to show to somebody. You have a piece, but it's only for you. But with him, I saw how something gets to be ended well, like a song.
Mm-hmm.
With arrangements and stuff, and you hear your voice, and you start to understand something of what you do,
So
actually.
yeah, and that's when you like now you produce yourself, right?
Yes, right. With years by years, I started to do that myself because I hear that in my mind, or I feel a song in some way, and I understand that I need to somehow, because it's really not easy, but I started to understand that I need to do that myself as I can, but myself.
Yeah. I had Sherry Lynn. She is a songwriter, and I
Mhm.
interviewed her because it boggles my mind how people can write songs that relate to something that happened in my life. I mean, it's just amazing. Like hats off to any songwriter I meet. So hats off to you because I just think it's amazing how you started out and then the finished product, and it can relate to, people on so many different levels. And
Yeah.
yeah, it just blows my mind. Now, one of your songs was in a thriller movie. It was placed in the titles of it, and your voice is featured in the thriller horror starring Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, right.
What was that like?
Well, as this composer has some projects, uh, when he needs a song or something, and he asked me if I want to do that. And actually, for the Italian thriller, it was in English, but it's Italian production. I actually was inspired by this movie because I saw also how he was working on this, and I saw images and stuff, and I wrote this song like in 5 minutes maybe.
Wow.
Uh, well, the best songs are written in 5 minutes or 10. Well, that's the truth, I think. But it was the start of something.
Yeah.
Yes, it went in cinemas of Rome in Italy. Yeah, it's something. It's a
Yeah,
start.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now, the very first song completely represents you. And then Not a Saint. So,
Yeah.
like, take me through all of that, and then Longing and Open Wide, and like, take me through all of that.
Well, um, Not a Saint came to me while I still like uh, playing piano. Sure, not the classic stuff, but I like piano, like playing some chords and some moods. And this song came to me while I was improvising on the piano. Um, I mean, it was inside of my head, but it's flowed out of me, let's say so, in that moment. And then I started to produce this song. That it was the first song I started to produce myself completely, entirely, from arrangements and the producing, the mixing and everything. And it actually took me half year.
Oh, wow.
Month. Yes, it wasn't easy at all for me, but yes, and that's how it was.
And then,
uh, I was Meanwhile, I was working also on Longing, but I ended Longing a bit later because also I wasn't satisfied of the first version of arrangement of Longing, so I I tried to do it more like I feel it, because sometimes when you start, you do stuff and it kind of gets you on doing what you can, but not always what you want to.
mhm.
And so on Longing, I said, no, I don't want this. I want it like more what how I feel it.
Yeah.
So I worked a bit more on that, and you will hear it right now. How it is now. I think it's more. I don't think it's more like I feel it. Yes.
Well, that's good. And then Open Wide as well, too. So you did three songs, right? All in one. So you were busy.
Open Wide came to me. I don't know why is this version. Okay, Open Wide I wrote a bit more faster. The arrangement and stuff, I worked a bit more faster on that because I already worked on Not a Saint and Longing, so it was more easier for me.
Yeah.
And it's more like philosophical song, so it's less emotions and less suffering while working on it.
Okay.
Maybe that also. Yeah. So
Well,
yes,
that
those are three songs that bring me to the singer songwriter independent, because I think that is what means independent, completely independent, because I do that myself completely.
yeah, exactly. You do it from the very beginning to the very end. You do it all. Um, And by doing those 3 songs, it gave you more confidence to distribute your music worldwide, which thank goodness, because I wouldn't have found you. So, and I mean, fans, like, everybody gets to hear you, and that is just amazing because you need to be heard. Like, Anewta, you're so talented. I just love you. Now, you said that you released a worldwide collection of your best first songs called Old Lines, and
Right.
that helped you get ready to release your debut EP, Falling Dawn. Now that is already out, right? It came out in June.
Well, if everything goes well, it will be out um, the day after tomorrow,
Oh,
28th June.
wow! So people get a sneak peek on the show today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Actually,
awesome.
if people subscribe to my email list, like newsletter, but it's a bit more than more personal and intimate. But if they subscribe, they will get the sneak peek of the EP, right?
Good. That's awesome. Now, Anewta, if so, okay, you've gone through the entire journey. Like you've gone through all of it. So if there was a new artist out there that was just starting out, what advice do you think you'd give to them?
Well, the first advice I would give is try to listen only to yourself. Like, like it's like look into the mirror. Like look into the mirror and try to see only yourself, not the thoughts of others or opinions of others. They matter, but later, because first you have to work on yourself. You have to understand where's your real truth, your real weight, and your real wish of whatever you are doing, and try to came to the world with that unique thing that you have, because I think there is too much stuff out there where people try to do that somebody else is already doing,
Mm-hmm.
because you want to do something, you have this passion, you have so much passion, but you end up doing something that somebody else already is doing. So I think that's the most important thing, to try to find yourself, because in this world you can really I don't know, lose yourself very easy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that is great advice. Like you have to be true to yourself. And you do have to have something unique to offer. You have to stand out. Because like you said, there is a lot of singers out there. I'm
Yeah.
I'm finding that out. um Now, what 2 songs are we going to hear from you, Anewta?
Well, would be great if you'd like to play Open Wide and Longing.
Yes, they will be up on my website and they are fantastic. I urge everybody, wherever you purchase your online music, go and buy Anewta C's music because it's beautiful. You can also go to her website. Now, I'm going to spell it out for you, but it is going to be up on my website, so you'll be able to find it. It's ANEWTAC.com. That's right? I said that right?
Right, absolutely right.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be up on my website. And anytime you want to come back, anything, huge happens, Anewta, you do another CD, you do another song, whichever you want, you're always welcome to come back. And if you ever decide that you want to perform, like on Wednesday nights, I now have Allie's Artisan Alcove, and I don't expect you to answer me now. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but it's where people that have been on my show come back and perform via Skype, and either with a guitar, piano, whichever it may be. So if you're ever interested in that, like you know how to get a hold of me. So
Sure, it's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that I hear back from you and big huge things are happening for you because I just think you're special and amazing. So thank you for coming on my show. I totally appreciate it.
Thank you so much for everything. I don't know how to express my gratefulness for you and for what you're doing. You're
Oh,
great.
oh, thank you so much. You're gonna make me cry. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers.